Peace and welcome to another update video for Snappify. Today I'm able to show you two new features we were working on over the past weeks and which were already requested several times by our users. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So the first feature I want to show to you is our new arrow element. As you can see, I already prepared a little bit. I have two text areas and the code snippet, and the text areas should describe a specific part of the code. And often our users have the case that they really just want to point at specific areas of the code to describe something. And this is exactly where the new arrow element comes in place. So you can see we have a new button on top for form elements. And in here you can click on arrow, and then a new arrow will be added to your canvas, which can be dragged around freely, just like you're used to from our other elements. You can also just drag the points where you want the arrow to point at. And on the right side you can do some adjustments to the arrow, like changing the color or the stroke width and so on. So for example, if I want, in my case, the arrow to be darker, then I just use another color, maybe increase the stroke width a bit, and yeah, looks like this. And as you can see, at the moment it's a simple straight arrow, but you're also able to add curved arrows. You just have to drag this green point, which then adds a new point to the arrow, which can be dragged around, and you can adjust it to your needs. You can basically also create as many points as you wish by just dragging those green points. And if you want to remove a point again, then you can just, if you're on macOS, click Options, Option click, or for Windows and Linux, Alt click to remove the selected point. By the way, maybe you can also have a look at our shortcuts because they can come in really handy. So with this arrow functionality, we want to give our users even better ways to describe their code and point out specific parts of the code. And yeah, that's the purpose of it. Okay, so let's move on to the next feature, which is about code highlightings. So let's assume we have a simpler example. We remove all the other elements and only have a simple code snippet. And sometimes if you share a simple code snippet, you also just want to that the user can only focus on what really matters. And therefore we implemented those new code highlightings. So you can see there we have a new accordion, and when you have selected a line or also several lines in your code, you can just apply several highlightings. So for example, the first thing is a washout effect, like you can blur specific lines, and then the viewer can also focus on what really matters, what you want to show him to. There we have two different options. The one is blur, like this. The other is just to gray out parts of your code, which is also some sort of focusing on a specific part. And yeah, you can select several lines and it will be applied, and with none you just delete it. And the second thing is, which can also come in quite handy, is to add some sort of diff highlighting. For example, you said this first line, this was actually removed, and instead we renamed it to just focus because it's maybe simpler, I don't know. And then you said this was the line which you added, and therefore you can also, and for example, you can also toggle the line numbers, and like this you can emphasize more what has changed in your code. And yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you liked those both new features, and if you haven't tried out Snappify so far, I would really love if you try it out and give us some feedback. We are currently working heavily to improve the product and to also bring it to more users. So if you can spread the word, it would really mean much to us. And yeah, else we will see us next time. So have a nice day. Bye.